Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Gateway TV, Gateway Gazette program. We broadcast live every Thursday from our London studio. This is News and Views channel, and we highlight the news from across the world. We have been doing this show from the last 17 years, and we are very thankful for Dr. Peter J. David कि जब उन्होंने ये टेलीविज़न स्टार्ट किया था तो हमारा एक ही एम था कि हम अपने लोगों की आवाज़ बने. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल मैं और हमारी चैनल की तरफ से वी आर वेरी अपोलोजाइज, हम बहुत सॉरी भी करते हैं कि आज हमारा प्रोग्राम जो था वो 8:30 पे शुरू होना था, बट कुछ सम टेक्निकल वजूहात की वजह से हम प्रोग्राम को उस वक्त शुरू नहीं कर सके. आज को जो हमारा प्रोग्राम है उसकी ख़ास बात यह है कि हम जो पॉलिटिशियंस होते हैं वो जब हुकूमत में जाते हैं तो वो लेजिस्लेशन करते हैं, और उस लेजिस्लेशन का मकसद ये होता है कि कवानीन बन सकें और आवाम को ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा जो है वो सहूलत मिल सके. आज हम बात करेंगे, आज हम पाकिस्तान की बात नहीं करेंगे, आज हम दुनिया के दूसरे जो इश्यूज़ हैं हम उन पे बात नहीं करेंगे. आज हम प्योरली बात करेंगे यूके की पॉलिटिक्स पे, क्योंकि यूके की पॉलिटिक्स हम इस मुल्क में रहते हैं. हम जो भी पार्टी आती है इस वक्त जो है लेबर है, इससे पहले कंजर्वेटिव थी, और इसी तरह से हम देखें कि दो पार्टी सिस्टम जो है पिछले बहुत सालों से जो है वो चल रहा है. उसमें कुछ ऐसी पार्टीज आती हैं जिनके साथ कोलैबोरेशन होता है, गवर्नमेंट बनती है, और आज हमारी खुशकिस्मती है कि आज हमारे साथ स्टूडियो में ऐसी शख्सियत है जो कि इस मुल्क की सियासत को भी जानते, इस मुल्क को भी जानते, पाकिस्तान को भी जानते. आज हम ख़ास तौर पे बात करेंगे वो लोग जो कि पाकिस्तान से आते हैं. जब वो यहाँ पे आते हैं तो फिर वो अपना वो रोल, अपना किरदार जो होना चाहिए सियासत में, वो कैसे निभा सकते हैं. हमने देखा कि माजी में कुछ ऐसे लोग थे कि जिन्होंने यूके की पॉलिटिक्स में हिस्सा लिया, और उन्होंने बहुत सारे जो पाकिस्तानी डायस्पोरा थे उनके इश्यूज़ को भी उठाया, जिसमें लेट जेम्स शेरा साहब हैं जो कि लेबर पार्टी से जिनका ताल्लुक़ था. वो 40 साल तक जो है वो काउंसलर रहे रग्बी से. इसके साथ ही हम देखते हैं कि मॉरिस जॉन साहब वो भी काउंसलर रह चुके हैं. माइकल मैसी साहब जो कि लेबर पार्टी से वाबस्ता हैं. तो आज हमारे साथ ऑनलाइन हमें ज्वाइन करेंगे मिस्टर मॉरिस जॉन जो कि एक्स सिविल सर्विस हैं, एक्स काउंसलर हैं और मेंबर हैं कंजर्वेटिव पार्टी के. और इसी तरह मुझे ऑनलाइन ज्वाइन करेंगे वीडियो पे मिस्टर माइकल मैसी जो कि खुद भी एक सिविल सर्वेंट है, रिटायर्ड गवर्नमेंट ऑफ पाकिस्तान से. फिर इसके अलावा वो फाइनेंस सेक्रेटरी रहे हैं लेबर पार्टी से क्रॉयडन के, और फिर वो मेंबर हैं लेबर पार्टी के. एंड विद मी मेरे साथ हैं मैडम शकाइना जो कि रिफॉर्म यूके से जिनका ताल्लुक है. मैडम, वी वेलकम यू टू आवर शो. हम आपको खुशामदीद कहते हैं अपने प्रोग्राम पे. और मुझे याद है कि एक वक्त था, क्योंकि आप भी इस टेलीविज़न के साथ हमारे साथ मुंसलिक रही हैं, इसके साथ आप जुड़ी रही हैं. आज हम ख़ास बात करेंगे कि क्यों जो पाकिस्तानी है. नाजरीन, ये जो हमारा प्रोग्राम है इसे हम बाइलिंगुअल करेंगे. कुछ इस तरह के भी क्वेश्चन होंगे जो कि हम इंग्लिश में भी करेंगे, इंग्लिश में भी, ताकि वो लोग जो कि इन पार्टी से ताल्लुक़ रखते हैं, मोर साहब की उसमें जो उनके इलाके से हैं, जो इंग्लिश कम्युनिटी है, माइकल मैसी साहब के या मैडम शकाना के, तो हम अगर वो भी इस प्रोग्राम को देखना चाहें तो वो भी, उन्हें भी पता लगे कि हम इस प्रोग्राम को जो है वो क्वेश्चन जो है वो क्या हैं, या उनके आंसर क्या हैं, या क्या हम बयान करना चाह रहे हैं. मैं आपको ये भी बता दूं कि मैडम शकाना जो मेरे साथ हैं, और वो अपनी जो पार्टी की जो है उस स्पोक्स पर्सन नहीं है, बल्कि वो एक मेंबर के तौर पे हमारे साथ आज हैं. तो मैं चाहता हूं कि प्रोग्राम को शुरू करने से पहले मैंने पहले भी आपको कहा कि वी आर वेरी सॉरी, वी हैव स्टार्टेड लिटिल बिट लेट. उसकी वजह ये थी कि कुछ टेक्निकल वजह की वजह से हम प्रोग्राम को जो है 8:30 बजे शुरू नहीं कर सके. तो मैं चाहता हूं कि थोड़ी सी अपने नाज़रीन को बता दूं कि व्हाट इज़ द रीज़न फॉर दिस प्रोग्राम. आज हम इस प्रोग्राम को क्यों करना चाहते हैं, क्यों पॉलिटिक्स में आना जो है हमारे लिए ज़रूरी है. यहाँ पे रहते हुए ख़ास तौर पे पाकिस्तानी क्रिश्चियन डायस्पोरा जो कि अपने मुल्क से यहाँ पे आता है, उनके बहुत सारे ऐसे इश्यूज़ होते हैं कि जिन पे उन्हें बात करने की ज़रूरत होती है. तो वी वुड लाइक टू नो कि ये इनके पास क्या सोल्यूशन है, मैसी साहब के पास क्या सोल्यूशन है, या मोर साहब के पास क्या सोल्यूशन है. बट बिफोर आई गो देयर, आई नीड टू अपडेट फ्यू थिंग्स why we need to involve in local politics in the UK. There is a reason we need a stronger representation and voice. Participate in local politics, ensure that the concerned needs and experiences of the Pakistani diaspora are fairly represented in the decision making process that affect housing, education, healthcare and public services. मैडम शाकाना, मैंने क्योंकि मेरे पास और भी इश्यूज़ हैं, हम उस पर भी बात करेंगे. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल, जस्ट टेल मी व्हाट्स योर एक्सपीरियंस इन द पार्टी अप टिल नाउ.
Right. So, first of all, I'll just let you know that before I joined politics, I just used to watch politics, I used to listen to politics, and I had a heart for the community. I have always served in the community for the past couple of years, and especially when you see your brothers and sisters back home who are being persecuted, something which you're sitting here and you can't do anything for them, and your heart actually goes out, but you just cannot do anything, right? So that is when I thought it's great to get into politics, and it would be great to make your way into politics and enter the parliament, join a party, enter the parliament, whereby you can actually be an influential member of the party and of the political party, and also you can then have your influence abroad, especially where our Pakistani Christians are. You can actually help to not really change the law, but help, especially like such laws which are not very helpful, or they've put our Pakistani Christians in persecution. So I believe that something that would help the persecuted back home, as well as our communities here in the UK. I can see we don't have many Pakistani Christians who would want to be in the politics. Talking about diaspora, we need to be actively involved in UK politics rather than remaining on the sidelines. Because of the disengagement with the politics and with the community, it leaves us on the side whereby someone else is raising a voice, but then bringing their issues in the parliament or in the politics, and our issues are just left aside. Therefore, we need to make sure that we are aligned with the democratic terms and making sure that we all participate. It's our duty, especially being British citizens now. It is our duty to be part of the politics and raise our voice, which would actually help benefit our communities, as well as help our persecuted Christians, not just in Pakistan but around the world. As you know, that there was a big incident in Nigeria. There is a voice raised, but still we are waiting for that outcome, what we are doing and how the government is working with the Nigerian government to solve these issues. So I just believe that if we all give a little from our side, this would actually help. And being a minority here as well, as a Pakistani Christian minority in this country, I believe unity matters a lot. And if we become one, we will raise up, quite above.
You rightly mentioned about unity, and you also mentioned about before you came to politics, you observe. Just tell me, what was your motivation and what really encouraged you? Did you get some encouragement from the party to come in the party, or you just enter into the party?
So what actually drove me into politics, before I had a very busy life. I had a very busy schedule with job, ministry, and weekends were busy. I did not have time. But I always had the heart to be in politics. And then a year ago, I started thinking about it, and I was actually reached out by a member of the Reform UK. He reached out and he asked me if I would join the party. Because he knew my background from Conservative time, whereby I stood in the elections in 2022 in Luton, whereby there was no presence known in Luton, in Hightown, where I was elected to be a councillor. And we, at that time Conservative, we came second, which was a big achievement for Conservative Party. A lot of hard work, and I think it's the passion as well now which is driving me to get into politics. And the other thing is, I believe the Lord has got his hand on me, whereby he's opening doors for me. I couldn't have done this alone, and I believe that the Lord is basically, I just feel that push from the Lord that you're going into that direction. And I've been to the Reform UK headquarters. I've met the leadership, and I just believe that that is where I need to be, and I will be successful in that.
Excellent. I think we have a very experienced person with us, and I would like to take him. If our technical team is ready, I would like to request them to take Mr. Maurice Johns. Mr. Maurice John, he has over 50 years of experience. He worked as a civil service. He knows local politics. He was a councillor. Mr. Maurice Johns with us. Mr. Maurice, we welcome you to your show, not our show. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, John sir, and good evening, Ms. Shekinah.
Good evening.
Mr. Maurice, we were discussing why Pakistani diaspora, and especially the Christian diaspora, they have to be a part of local politics. And we were describing few things that we should have a stronger representation. And it is also important for us, political involvement help us influence policies and address key issues. So if I would ask you, you were with the Conservative, what do you say about involving in the local politics?
John sir, it's very, very important. At the moment, we have no representation at all. And our community is about 25,000 people in UK. But we don't have any MPs at all. A few councillors maybe, nobody in the House of Lords. So we have very, very weak political voice. And the other communities have moved forward a lot, and we've been left behind. This is very sad for us, and a cause of shame as well. This is, if you look at the local decisions, if you're not participating, the decisions are still being made, but you're not part of them. You're just behind, and you're letting other people lead you. This also provides an opportunity for our youngsters. If they come forward, there are leadership opportunities for them. They can come forward, volunteer to work for the local party. It doesn't matter which party. You can join Conservative, Labour, Reform, whatever. But so many opportunities we are missing, not only on the politics side, but on other things like local authorities give you grants for your communities. Because we are not represented, we don't get those grants. The other communities get them, they build their community centers and so on. So I would think it's absolutely vital for us. And I'm glad that young people like Shekinah and Noshaba, who is not with us today, but they are coming forward. So hopefully in a few years' time, we will have more participation. And as the young people see, the young people coming forward, they will follow as well.
Thank you very much, Morasab. You have updated about why they need it in the politics, and I would like to update to our viewers. Mr. Morris John is working hard. Yesterday we were in the Parliament, and thank you, Mr. Morris, that you have also invited us there. It was a great program, and you rightly pointed out, until unless we are there, we cannot raise our voice. And I know. I know that the bonded labor is a problem, especially with the Christians in Pakistan. And yesterday program was excellent. I can see some hopes there. And you are very right that we need to be in the politics. Until unless we are in the politics, we will not be able to raise our voices. Just tell me another question, which is important for us. How do the different position on public services and social welfare reflect each party's priorities and values? Because you were last time you were with the different parties, now you are with the Conservative. How do you relate this question?
On the social responsibility or the economic side?
A social responsibility.
Right. Okay. So I think three parties have their own views. I think we have Conservative Party has always been for the low welfare and for people to be, they encourage people to work rather than depend on the welfare and spending target, they need to reduce them. And that has always been the approach of Conservative. Labour is a bit different. Labour would like to spend more on social welfare, and they also have very good point, like reducing the poverty and helping the people to stand on their feet. And reform, I'm sure Shekinah will tell you about their policy on social welfare. But each party has their own each party has their own criticism as well. I don't necessarily agree with everything the Conservative Party, although I'm a member, and that is a great thing about the parties here. You don't have to agree with them on all the issues.
Yeah.
As long as both you are in agreement, that is the best party for you to join. It's not like in Pakistan, there is one person's hold on the whole party, and when that person goes, their sons or daughters take over. Here, the party is open to suggestions, open to elections, and if you got abilities, you can go right to the top of the party. So there's nothing to hold us back, nothing to be frightened of. It's just we need to get more people coming in.
Morasab, you stay with us, and I will go to Madam Shekinah. And when I came here, I did some research, and I bring few things that I would like to read. What is the agenda for the Reform UK? You have updated about Labour and Conservative. So, a clear anti-establishment message positioned itself as an alternative to traditional parties, appealing to voters dissatisfied with mainstream politics. Immigration stance, a strong focus on tighter immigration control and border enforcement. Advocate for cutting bureaucracy and reducing government regulation. So, since you are with the party now for almost like 5 or 6 months, or even more than that, if I will ask you that if we will go towards this point, regulatory reduction, advocate for cutting bureaucracy, how it's possible to cut the bureaucracy from here? I just wanted to check, because Morasab is work as a civil servant. He knows the role of the bureaucracy. How we can do that?
So the manifesto actually involves, it just says that like reforms contract for the public would be like they would focus on radical tax cuts. So raising personal allowance by 20,000, scrapping inheritance tax, which is under about 2 million, cutting business rates, and just getting funded by slashing public spending and deregulation. So currently the immigration is out of control. We know that. Currently the taxpayers have been paying about £8 billion for foreign immigrants who are currently here in the UK. And this is just becoming a burden for the UK taxpayers, for the country, and the country is just going down the hill. This is where we need to find how we can contribute, and how come we are being taxed so much. It does make a bit it is quite frustrating that the illegal immigrants are coming here, and we are paying for their lodging, we are paying for the universal credits, we are paying for everything, and we are paying for the hotels they're staying in, and this is just becoming one of the biggest problems, biggest issues at the moment, and this is why Reform would like to stop illegal immigration. And I know that there are concerns about ILR, but this will not affect people who've already got them. The policy is going to be made for the people who are going to come in illegally, and they're just going to change the immigration system for those people.
Thank you very much. Mr. Morris, just tell me that, because you are very much involved from the last 12 to 13 years with the different MPs, minister from different parties, House of Lord members, what were the main issues of the Pakistani Christians which you have so far raised, and what was the result from these issues which you have raised?
John Saab, you mentioned about the bonded labor. That was one issue. I didn't even know about the issue, but once I found out, I talked to the MPs, and Jim Shannon and Lord Elton, who are the chair and vice chair of our APPG. Lord Elton was just so horrified by it. Mike Brickley came and he had a meeting with him, and when he saw the people suffering, our Christian brothers and sisters, especially the women suffering, he decided the parliament should have an inquiry into that. So about 2 years ago, we had a parliamentary inquiry, and after that, a report was written. I drafted most of that report. We had evidence taken by Zoom meetings from Pakistan, and it affected the MPs so much. They were nearly in tears when they saw what's happening. After we had published that report, there was another debate in the House of Commons in November last year, in which many MPs took part. After that, we raised questions, parliamentary questions. This is just to give you a flavor of the kind of issues we can do while in this country. After raising the parliament's interest into that, we wrote a letter to Chief Minister of Punjab. Also, there was a letter went from our APPG, and letter from the American congressmen, and that was our very capable young person, Rubina Bhatti, and she went to America and got that letter. So those letters were game changers. And when they got to the chief minister, she was very, I think she didn't know about the situation as well. And she immediately decided to make a cabinet committee. She discussed it in the cabinet, and she made a committee in which there were 6 ministers from the Punjab government. And she said, we have to tackle this. This is our responsibility. And the person who came there yesterday, you met him, John Saab as well, Mr. Ranja.
Mohsin
He's
Ranjar.
Ji, and he was a very senior minister previously. Now he has been given this task force, and they've been given 3 years to do everything completely. And he was with us today. We were in a room nearly whole day from 9 to 6 o'clock yesterday and 9 to 3 o'clock today. So we had a lot of businessmen. And coming back again to Asian Pakistani Christian lack of participation in politics, that just illustrates that that kind of issue should have been taken if we had the Pakistani Christian MPs. But anyway, the outcome of our all these efforts is that this issue is being taken very seriously by the Punjab government, and Lord willing, we are hoping in 3 years millions of Pakistani Christians working in the brick kilns, not only Christians but Muslims as well, all the bonded laborers will be released. The government is giving them very good offers. The government is planning to give them land where they can build homes. They are going to give them loans, and the loans which have been taken by them, the government is going to pay back. So far, we have been paying that on individual basis. But this is very comprehensive plan. And today we went to the Foreign Office, and Mr. Ranja went with us as well. So we explained it to the UK's Foreign Office. They were very pleased with that, and they offered to help and give advice to the Pakistani government in achieving the same. So that just proves, if you have commitment and if you have people who are willing to work, so many things can be achieved. And you saw the passion yesterday from Mr. Mike Brickley, he's American, and other people, lady from Saudi Arabia, Mr. Mohsen. All those people have a pain for this, and they want to finish this slavery in Pakistan. And also the MPs and members of Lords, because we, of course, end of slavery started from Britain. William Wilberforce was the force behind it, and he was the first person who campaigned for years and years and years. And at one time, nobody thought slavery could be eradicated. But after his efforts on his dying bed, he heard that the Parliament had passed the bill and slavery had been abolished. And that was amazing for those times. So Britain has got very proud history. It was the first country which abolished slavery, and not only in Britain, but in the British Empire. We hear about the slavery in America, but that's another issue. But Britain was very much far advanced, far ahead of time. The first country in the world to abolish slavery. And the MPs, when they were talking in debates, they referred to that as well.
Thank you, Mr. Morris, for updating us, and thank you whatever you are doing and what you have been doing for the last many years.
Excellent.
And we will discuss with you in our incoming programs, definitely. Please take care. Thank you very much for updating us.
Thank you. Thank you.
Madam Shekana, you have seen Mr. Morris is a very experienced person. He updated us what he is doing with the politicians, and it's a good news. Just tell me, how do the three parties differ in their approach to political reform and trust in government institutions? That's a very diplomatic question. You don't need to answer keeping in view that you are from UK reform, but what is your view on this?
So I can only speak for reform. I was a member of the Conservative Party as well. When I was a member, it was doing fine, but slowly it just went down the hill. And now Labour is in power now with reform. What we need to do is we just need to focus on the manifesto we've created and we need to make sure that what we promise, we deliver. So my reason for joining Reform was, they said that it was a fascist party, it was a racist party, but it's not like that. Since I've joined, I have tried to integrate with the party, and they have really welcomed me. And I have, while working in the HQ with the party, mostly I see that there are not many Asians in the party, but this is where I thought that if I step in now, early, I can be recognized and would be beneficial for our community. And when I introduce myself, I always tell them that I am a Pakistani Christian, and my reason for the party, for joining Reform, is to get a good support for our community. So getting in there early has been very beneficial, and I believe that there are other people now joining Reform. We have got our own WhatsApp group whereby we've got over 100 Christian Pakistanis here in the UK. And I'm sure that in the upcoming days, we're all going to work together and make sure that,
Let me take somebody who's also well experienced and who has been with the party for many years. Mr. Michael Massey, everybody knows Mr. Michael Massey. Mr. Michael Massey is with the Labour Party, and he's with the Labour Party for many, many years. And I can tell viewers, Mr. Massey, he arranged the very first time the program. I remember I was witness there. That was in 2014, where he invited MPs. I got the opportunity to interview many people there. And Mr. Massey, we still remember that you organized the program in 2014, and that was the first program where you encourage everybody that they need to be a part of politics. And first of all, thank you very much for encouraging young people. And I'm sure that Shekinah has taken part in the politics, maybe because of that or whatever. Thank you very much for joining us in the program today.
Thank you very much, Mr. John.
Hello?
Yes. Can you hear me, John?
Okay, आपको मेरी आवाज आ रही है?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, so just tell me that you are with the Labour Party, and you have been encouraging our young people, our Pakistani Christian diaspora, to join party. What was the reason? Why do you encourage them?
When I joined the Labour Party in 2011, and I start speaking with my, with the members, with the MP, the councillors, and that, and I was very disappointed that our Pakistani Christians, there was no any representation, and that. I was encouraging the people from Glory TV, from radio, but our people, they come, they listen, and they don't act on it. And so many times I told them, please, voter is voter. Voter don't have any power. You just go and vote. You have to become a registered member. If you are a registered member, then you have the say in the party.
You are very right, and we have seen the very first time when we arrange a program in the parliament, that was your MP, through your MP, we arranged the program in the parliament. That was in 2013.
Yes, and that was the first meeting in the parliament which was, organized by me. I'm proud of that. But anyhow, Krishana is also over there. We, I think so 2 months back, Mr. One group came from the Kamar Rafiq brought from the
Bristol.
Yeah. And there was, I think so, more than 40, 50 people. Mm-hmm. And I told everyone, please go today and try to become a registered member. I think so none of them done that. But now I'm watching the group which is created by the Reform, and I think so that now the people have this, they have feeling to become the registered member.
So when are you
And
joining Reform?
I think she's inviting you to join her party. I think
Exactly.
you
I've spoken to her many
Yeah.
times, and I've
I
encouraged.
think
There's
so.
no point.
I think so. So far, the Labour is doing very, very good job. Yes, we swept in the last election, but unfortunately, when they, the people came to know that it's a Labour Party government. The immigrants, illegal immigrants, start coming into the UK, and it is a big burden on us. So now we have taken a very strong steps, and we are trying to stop all the things. So that is why the people are not happy with the Labour. So, but anyhow, for the country we have to do that.
Absolutely. I mean,
very right. Messi Saab, stay with us, and I have a couple of questions for Madam Shekinah. One of the reason that people needs to join here in the politics, active political participation allows the community to challenge misconceptions, promote cultural understanding, and contribute positivity to public disorder through visible leadership and collaboration. Do you agree with that?
I do, and currently what is happening is we are not visible in the politics at all. So British Pakistani Christians, they are often visible during election campaign, but then what happens is when the real decision are made, they become invisible. So too many politicians, they assume representation means a few familiar faces or photo opportunities rather than listening to concerns about jobs, small businesses, education standards, law and order. So what we have is often symbolic representation and not very effective representation.
अच्छा, जब हमने प्रोग्राम शुरू किया था तो हमने कहा था कि कुछ हम इंग्लिश में करेंगे, कुछ हम उर्दू में करेंगे. अब मैं आपसे एक सवाल जो है उर्दू में भी करूंगा कि ये मुझे बताइए कि पाकिस्तानी जो है हमारी कई ऐसी कॉन्स्टिट्यूंसी हैं जो कि मोस्टली पाकिस्तानी कम्युनिटी जहाँ पे बहुत है, तो आप समझती हैं कि जो है पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज जो है उन्हें वो उनसे वोट तो लेते हैं, क्या उन्हें वो रिस्पेक्ट मिलती है जो कि उन्हें मिलनी चाहिए, और अगर नहीं मिलती तो उसकी क्या वजह है?
नहीं, रिस्पेक्ट नहीं मिलती. दे आर जस्ट वोटर्स एंड दैट्स इट. क्योंकि बात ये है कि जब आप वोट देते हैं, वो वोट जो है बहुत ज़्यादा एक जिसको कहते हैं ना इम्पॉर्टेंट है पार्टी के लिए, ठीक है ना. सो इसलिए हम कहते हैं ना लोगों को कि आप वोट अपने ना ज़ाया करें, आप दें. एक एक वोट जो है इट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर द पार्टी. एंड वंस यू वोटेड, ठीक है, फिर आप अपने जो लोकल काउंसलर हैं उनके पास जाएं, आप उनसे बात करें. आपके कोई भी इश्यूज़ हैं, यू गो एंड स्पीक टू देम. अपनी आवाज़ उठाएं. कोई भी इश्यूज़ हो तो आप अपनी आवाज़ उठाएं. दूसरा ये है कि एज अ कम्युनिटी हम कोई पॉलिटिकल गैदरिंग्स नहीं करते. हम कोई जो हमारे इश्यूज़ हैं, स्पेशली ये जो ब्रदर मॉरिस ने जो अभी बॉन्डेड स्लेवरी के बारे में किए हैं, मतलब कि वो खुद ही अपने अकेले में काम कर रहे हैं एंड ही इज़ डूइंग अ वेरी गुड जॉब. वेल डन, आई अपलॉड हिम. एंड ये इश्यूज़ हमें भी देखने चाहिए क्योंकि ये हमारे बहन भाई जो हैं पाकिस्तान में, और हमें उनके लिए भी देखना चाहिए कि हम क्या कर सकते हैं. सो अगेन मैं यही कहूँगी क्योंकि यूनिटी नहीं है, दैट्स वाई हम लोग इंडिविजुअली ये काम करें. बट अगर हम एक होकर करें तो मैं तो कहूँगी कि हमने काफ़ी ज़्यादा हम आगे बढ़ जाएं और हमारे काफ़ी इश्यूज़ जो हैं स्पेशली बैक होम, दे विल गेट रिजॉल्व्ड.
बिल्कुल ठीक है. ये क्वेश्चन जो है मैं मेसी साहब से करूँगा. मेसी साहब, मैडम शकायना ने बात की, उन्होंने कहा कि हमारे दरमियान यूनिटी नहीं है. अब देखिए मैं एक न्यूट्रल पर्सन होते हुए मैं ये कहूँगा कि देखिए आप एक पार्टी से हैं, आप एक पार्टी से हैं, मोर साहब एक पार्टी से हैं. सो डेफिनेटली आप तीनों का जो मैनिफेस्ट जो होगा वो बिल्कुल एक डिफरेंट होगा. تو یہاں پہ ہم اگر کنسنسس سے بات کریں تو کون سی ایسی چیز ہے جو ہم تینوں کو جو ہے وہ ایک پلیٹ فارم پہ لے کے آ سکتی ہے؟
جان بھائی، بات یہ ہے کہ ایک تو ہم یہاں تعداد میں کم ہیں، پاکستانی کرسچن جو ہے، اور دوسرا ہم جو ہے مختلف بٹے ہوئے مختلف جگہوں پر، ہماری اتنی تعداد نہیں ہے. اور تیسری بات یہ ہے جو کشانہ نے بھی کی اور میں ہمیشہ کرتا رہتا ہوں کہ ووٹر جو اگر ووٹر ہیں آپ تو وہ آپ صرف ووٹ دیتے ہیں. جب تک آپ پارٹی کے اندر آپ وہاں ان کے سپورٹر نہیں بنیں گے، ان کے رجسٹرڈ ممبر نہیں بنیں گے، اس وقت تک آپ کی سے نہیں ہو سکتی. آپ دیکھ رہے ہیں پچھلے 2 کونسلر ہمارے رہے ہیں، ایک اپنا
ایڈگر منی،
جیمز شیرا صاحب، اور دوسرا وہ ایڈگر منی صاحب.
جی
ٹھیک ہے، یہ 2 ریگولر اور دونوں لیبر پارٹی سے تھے. لیکن کیا وجہ ہے کہ اس کے بعد نہ تو وہ ایم پی بن سکے اور نہ ہی انہوں نے کوئی اور ایسا کام کیا کہ وہ لوگوں کو یہ بتاتے کہ جناب آپ آگے آئیں، آپ پارٹیوں میں وہ ہوں. اور میں نے ہمیشہ کہا کہ میں نہیں کہتا کہ صرف آپ لیبر پارٹی میں آئیں، آپ مختلف پارٹیوں میں جائیں. جو پارٹی آپ کو پسند ہے یا جو پارٹی آپ سمجھتے ہیں کہ ملک کے لیے اور آپ کے لیے بہتر ہے، اس پارٹی میں جائیں. اور یہ جب تک نہیں ہوگا، خدا کرے کہ ابھی نوجوان نسل اٹھی ہے اور یہ کچھ آگے آئے اور لوگوں کو لے کے، آپ صرف کونسلر نہیں، آپ کو پارلیمنٹ میں جانے کی ضرورت ہے. آپ جب تک آپ کے 1-2 ممبر پارلیمنٹ میں نہیں ہوں گے، آپ پاکستان کے مسائل بھی جو ہیں وہ آپ حل نہیں کروا سکتے ان سے. تو یہ بڑی بڑی ضرورت ہے. ہم کہہ دیتے ہیں، لوگ آتے ہیں، باتیں کرتے ہیں، اس کے بعد پھر گھر چلے جاتے ہیں. پھر وہ میں یہاں ایک تھوڑا سا سخت لفظ کہنے لگا، اگر لوگ مجھے معاف کریں، ہم چرچز بنانے میں بڑے وہ ہوشیار ہیں، لیکن ہم اس طرف دھیان نہیں دیتے کہ جو ہمارے مسائل ہیں، جہاں اب ہمارے بچے ہیں، جہاں ہماری آئندہ زندگی ہے، جہاں گزارنی ہے، اس کے لیے ہم نہیں سوچتے. اور ہم ہمیشہ جو ہے وہ بیک ہوم کی باتیں کرتے ہیں. دیکھیں، آپ ان کے مسائل یہاں رہ کے آپ حل نہیں کر سکتے. آپ ان کے مسائل جب تک آپ پارلیمنٹ میں آپ کی سے نہیں ہوگی، اس وقت آپ ان کے مسائل اتنے حل نہیں کر سکتے. یہ تو اے پی پی جی بھی، جون صاحب آپ ہمارے ساتھ تھے، جس طرح ہم نے اے پی پی جی بنائی ہے، یہ بہت بات، جبکہ لوگوں کی تو اے پی پی جیز بہت سب پہلے سے بنی ہوئی ہیں. اور یہ اس کے بننے سے کم یہ ہوا ہے کہ کم از کم ہماری پارلیمنٹ میں سے ہوئی ہے، لوگ جانتے ہیں، لوگ بلاتے ہیں، پارلیمنٹ میں ہم پروگرام کرتے ہیں. تو اس سے ہمارے کچھ مسائل جو ہے وہ ضرور پارلیمنٹ میں ہائی لائٹ ہو رہے ہیں. لیکن اس کے لیے ضرورت ہے کہ ہمارا 1-2 ایم پی ضرور ہو تاکہ وہ پارلیمنٹ میں ہماری آواز بنے.
میسی صاحب مجھے بتائیے، کیونکہ میں تو اس چیز کا گواہ ہوں، اور میں نے خود ہی اپنی انٹروڈکشن میں آپ کے بارے میں کہا تھا کہ آپ نے بہت انکریج کیا ہے، اور کیونکہ میرے ٹیلی ویژن کے پروگراموں میں بھی آپ بہت دفعہ آئے ہیں اور ہم نے بہت ساری میٹنگ اکٹھے کی ہے. مجھے بتائیے کہ جانے سے پہلے کوئی ایسا پیغام جو نوجوانوں کو آپ دینا چاہیں آج کے اس پروگرام کے حوالے سے.
جی، نوجوانوں کو میں یہی کہوں گا کہ دیکھیں، ہم نے تو جس طرح بھی ہے وہ اپنی زندگی گزار لی ہے، اور ہم نے جتنا ہم سے ہو سکا ہے، اب جو ہے بھاگ دوڑ آپ کے ہاتھ میں ہے. آپ آگے آئیں، آپ سول سرونٹ بنیں، آپ گورنمنٹ کی نوکریاں کریں، آپ پولیٹکس میں جائیں، آپ میٹنگز میں جائیں، اور اپنے آپ کو پولیٹکس میں جو ہے وہ انوالو کریں. تو میں کہتا ہوں کہ وہ اس سے ہمارے بہت سارے مسائل جو ہے وہ حل ہو جائیں.
تھینک یو مسٹر میسی جوائننگ اس. تھینک یو ویری مچ.
تھینک یو جی.
ناظرین، یہ تھے جناب مائیکل میسی صاحب. اور مائیکل میسی صاحب کی میں نے جیسے آپ کو بتایا کہ ان کی بڑی وابستگی رہی ہے سیاست سے. خالی یہی نہیں، مجھے پتہ ہے کہ آج وہ ہمارے ساتھ اسٹوڈیو میں ہوتے، لیکن کچھ اپنی طبیعت کی وجہ سے وہ نہیں ہمارے ساتھ، اور میں پھر بھی ان کا شکر گزار ہوں کہ وہ ہمارے ساتھ پروگرام میں تھے. تو میں کچھ آپ کے سامنے بہت سارے میں نے پوائنٹ جو ہے ہم نے بات کی، تو پالیٹکس میں آنے کا جو ہمارے لیے بڑا ایک امپورٹنٹ چیز ہوتی ہے کہ امپاورنگ فیوچر جنریشن. تو جو فیوچر جنریشن ہوتی ہے, جس طرح کہ آپ آئے ہیں, اس کے بعد ایک جنریشن جو اور ہوتی ہے وہ آپ کو دیکھتی ہے, وہ کہتی ہے کہ بھئی اگر میڈم شاکائنہ آ سکتی ہیں تو میں بھی آ سکتا ہوں یا میں بھی آ سکتی ہوں. اور پھر ایک اور بھی وجہ ہے کہ جس طرح کہ آپ ہیں, عموماً ہم نے دیکھا ہے کہ پہلے آپ سے پہلے ڈاکٹر نشابہ تھی, وہ آئی, تو پھر لوگوں نے دیکھا کہ بھئی ایک جو ہے عورت, گرل, وومن جو بھی ہے, انہوں نے دیکھا کہ بھئی اگر وہ یہ ہمت کر سکتی ہیں تو میں بھی کر سکتا ہوں. اب آپ کو لوگ دیکھیں گے تو آپ سمجھتی ہیں کہ ایک انسپائریشن جو ہوتی ہے وہ لڑکیوں کے لیے بھی ہوگی. چلے ہم اس کو تھوڑا سا ہم اس کو سیگریگیٹ تو نہیں کرتے, جس ملک میں رہتے ہیں یہاں پہ تو آپ کو پتہ ہے کہ دے آر آل ایکول. سو بٹ وی کم فرام دا بیک گراؤنڈ, جس جگہ سے ہم آئے ہیں, تو اس کو دیکھتے ہوئے آپ کیا سمجھتے ہو؟
I feel very much strong in this کہ obviously equality is there, لیکن ابھی ریسنٹلی ناٹنگہم میں ایک پروگرام ہوا تھا whereby وہ لوگ on a community level وہ لوگ awards دے رہے تھے for the community service and how people are doing in the community. تو مجھے بھی award ملا, اور میرے پاس دو لڑکیاں آئی ہیں very young with very good jobs and they wanted to enter politics. So you do become an inspiration for people, especially for women. اور میری encouragement یہی تھی کہ we need more women in the parliament, in politics, and obviously we are here to support, to help. And یہ ہے کہ اگر آپ loyally اور sincerely آپ اپنا کام کر رہے ہیں, and مطلب کہ اس میں آپ یہ دیکھ رہے ہیں کہ آپ کو اپنا فائدہ نہیں ہے, اس میں کمیونٹی کا فائدہ ہے, and you're serving the community. This is what the mindset needs to be, that you have to serve the community and it's not for yourself. So جہاں تک یہ بات ہے, and when you see the dedication, لوگ دیکھ رہے ہیں dedication, لوگ دیکھ رہے ہیں کہ میں اپنا ٹائم, حالانکہ I work full time, میری جاب, میرا آفس بھی اب 1.5 گھنٹہ دور ہو گیا ہے, لیکن مطلب کہ صبح 6 بجے نکلنا, شام کو آنا, and then doing this on the side it's quite challenging. لیکن the passion is there, اور میں یہی encourage کروں گی کہ not just women, I want men, especially young جو لڑکے ہیں, they are interested as well now. So بس ان کو تھوڑا سا push کرنا ہے, and just lead them where they need to go and just help them and be their support.
اچھا, one question which is very important, I think it's a challenging for everybody, because the way the housing prices are increasing, and there are so many challenges for the young generation to buy the houses. Do you think what could this government they can do, or the other party can do, how we need to raise this issue, and what actions we need to take to overcome these challenges?
Right, currently to abhi to filhal they're working on this, and just as mein one of the manifesto mein kaha tha ki bhai they are going to increase jo salaries hain aur jo average wage hai, tax cuts hain, because jaise itna zyada burden jo abhi country pe hua hai na, we are in, I would say, nearly in debt now, کیونکہ we are just paying for especially this یہ جو immigration کے جو illegal immigrants ان کے لیے جو universal credit وغیرہ دے رہے ہیں. So this is something they will work on, and I know کہ امریکہ میں ٹرمپ نے کچھ statements دی ہیں which are not really that good, and people are thinking here in the UK that we might follow them, but I'm not going to say much because I don't have a clear اس کے بارے میں کلیئر ابھی نہیں کوئی چیز آئی ریفارم کی طرف سے.
اچھا, میں ریفارم کی بات نہیں کر رہا ہوں بالکل بھی. اچھا, میں اگر اس ٹائم دیکھیں نا, اس وقت جو ہے ہم انڈر دا گورنمنٹ جو ہے وہ لیبر پارٹی کے اس میں ہیں, آپ ان کی ہاؤسنگ جو ہے اس کو کیسے دیکھتی ہے, اور کس طرح سے جو نیو ینگ جنریشن جو ہے ان کے لیے جو چیلنجز ہیں ان کو کس طرح دیکھتی ہیں آپ؟
سو فی الحال آئی کین سی کہ جو بلک جس کو کہتے ہیں نا ہاؤسنگ, وہ کمپنیز خرید رہی ہیں, دے آر بلڈنگ اینڈ دین دے آر سیلنگ آف, which is being very difficult. जो market है बहुत tough हो गई है इस चीज़ को लेके, और जो young generation जो first time buyers हैं, it's very very difficult for them. तो ये एक challenge है, something that लोगों को आवाज़ उठानी चाहिए इस चीज़ के लिए कि they are not going to इसको नहीं support करेंगे. और जैसे और इतने जो issues थे, NHS का था and immigration का है, this is one of the issues that needs to be raised as well. So
अच्छा, NHS का जो इशू है, जहाँ तक मुझे याद पड़ता है कि अगर मैं तीनों गवर्नमेंट को जो है इनको एग्जामिन करूँ तो मैं समझता हूँ कि लेबर का जो फोकस जो होता है वो NHS पे बहुत होता है, लेकिन आपने अभी तक कोई ऐसी इम्प्रूवमेंट देखी है या होनी चाहिए या क्या बेहतर हो सकता है?
So फिलहाल मैं देख रही हूँ कि बहुत burden है NHS पे, and I know a lot of our Christian brothers and sisters who work in NHS and they say कि बहुत burden है, and obviously quite a lot of them are coming here from abroad, जो कि हमारे लिए अच्छा है कि हमारे Christian बहन भाई आ रहे हैं and they're working here, but currently there's a lot of burden and अभी भी जो है जो services हैं they are not as great as they need to be, and that's why people are suffering with illnesses and अभी भी बहुत लंबा वेट है अपॉइंटमेंट्स के लिए. सो लेबर नीड्स टू डू समथिंग अबाउट दैट एज वेल.
अच्छा, ये जो आपने बात की ना, बड़ा अच्छी बात है, क्योंकि ये हमारे पॉइंट में शायद हमने उसको इस तरह से डिस्कस नहीं था करना, लेकिन आपने कहा कि हमारे बहुत सारे बहन भाई हैं जो कि आते हैं, और मैं देखता हूँ कि पाकिस्तान में जो हेल्थ का शोबा है और जो एजुकेशन का शोबा है, और वो क्रिश्चियनिटी के साथ जो है बिल्कुल उसकी रूट्स थे, यू नो वेरी वेल, कि मतलब हमने क्या कुछ किया, जो हमारे इंसेस्टर थे. तो अब अगर हम देखते हैं कि जो लोग यहाँ से प्रोफेशनली आते हैं, नर्सेज या डॉक्टर आते हैं, तो जो क्राइटेरिया है यहाँ पे वो बहुत ज़्यादा बढ़ गया है, उसे कैसे ख़त्म किया जा सके. और हमने देखा है कि जो मिडल मैन जो है वो भी पैसे की जो है वो बहुत ज़्यादा ये सारी चीज़ें, तो हम इसको किस तरह से देखते हैं और इसको कैसे सॉल्व कर सकते हैं?
So criteria, what do you mean by?
एक तो ये मैं देख रहा हूँ कि जो क्राइटेरिया जो है इंग्लिश का क्राइटेरिया है वो भी बड़ा हाई हो गया है. एक टाइम होता था कि लोग कहते थे कि हमने 4 ग्रेड तक लेवल तक आ जाए इंग्लिश का, अब उन्होंने 7 किया है या कुछ इस तरह से. तो आप समझते हैं कि ये रीजनेबल है उनके लिए सारी चीज़ों में?
I think it is reasonable, क्योंकि पहले मैं सोचती हूँ कि पहले जो आते थे तो they were काफ़ी ज़्यादा, एक तो लर्नड भी होते थे, लेकिन everyone's applying now, कोई ना बस चाह रहे हैं किसी तरह हम आ जाएं. तो that's why काफ़ी इन्फ्लक्स हुआ है इस चीज़ में, नर्सेज एंड डॉक्टर्स का स्पेशली. सो दैट्स वाई उन्होंने थोड़ा इसको और ज़्यादा इसको हार्ड बना दिया ताकि दे गेट द क्वालिटी, और ऑब्वियसली दे नीड टू मीट द क्वालिटी एज वेल. और जो ज़रूरत है हॉस्पिटल्स में, obviously they will not compromise that.
Thank you, Madam Shakana, for joining me in the program. Today we discuss about politics and we compare all three political parties. Our purpose was not that we will find out who is the best, but our purpose was to invite young people or the Pakistani Christian diaspora to involve in the politics. And we tried our level best, and I'm so thankful, my guest especially, who's with me in the studio, Madam Shakina, and also joined me via video link, Mr. Morris John and Mr. Michael Massey. Thank you very much for watching, and thank you for joining us today's program, and thank you once again.
Thank you.